All right, I create another test for testing the unsubscribe, and then I extract some logic to functions, so that way we can reuse these functions inside the test. For example, we have one for the login admin that we can reuse inside the test, so I'm reusing it here and here. And now we have a couple of tests that ensures that the most important functionality of the plugin works. And these tests can be run from time to time. As soon as we introduce new code or do changes in the code, we can run this test and see that everything still works as expected. All right, now we can go to our code, and we are going to work on the entry point of the plugin, which is this subscriber PHP file. Here is this is the entry point of the plugin. And the first thing we are going to do is remove the things that we don't need. We have this bin folder that we can delete. Then we have inside the test, we have the PHP unit files that we don't need it. Then we have this Travis, we can delete it as well. And we have this PHP unit that we are not going to need for now. So we are going to delete it, okay? The next thing we can do is use a WordPress hook, in this case plugins loaded action, that is going to be triggered when WordPress is loaded. That will be better than that we have it right now, because here we are not ensured when this code, in which point of the execution of WordPress is going to be reached. So a best way to do this is use an action, plugins loaded. And then inside this, this is the callback. We can, for example, call it init for now. And then we can create this function here. Function init. And inside the init, we can add our code. Okay. All right. So now, when WordPress is loaded, this is going to be triggered, and now we can execute our code here. Let's give it a try. Now that we have the test, we can run the test again and see everything still works correctly. All right. Another thing we can do is check the logic of this function, and one thing I see is that we are returning an instance of the subscribers here, but we are not using this instance anywhere. So we can remove it from here because we don't need it. And also we have this instance property. So for example, we create the instance from this subscriber, and then we are creating a property of this class for the settings, and then we are assigning the value of the settings class. And here we are doing the same. We are creating a table property and assigning this this class instance. That's not good, because basically here we are coupling all these classes together, and the better we have those classes separated, it will be better. So I suggest to not creating as part of this subscriber, let's say parent class, but just create the instance. Okay. So we don't have to assign these classes to any property of this other class. So I suggest to just invoke those methods of those classes here for the settings, and then the same for this table class here. So that way we can get rid of all of these, all right? And now we can run the test again and see if it still works the same. The next thing we are going to do is add Composer. Composer is a package manager for PHP that allows us install third-party packages, and also includes an autoload that will let us get rid of all of these manual requires in our code. The autoload will automatically load classes by the namespace. We are going to see what namespaces are in a moment. But we are going to add Composer here, and to do so we can use the one that is included in this package that we are using in our project. And if we look at this documentation, we see that we can use Composer like this. We can just copy this, and then in our package.json we can add it here, and we have to change the name of the plugin with the name of our plugin. Okay, scribers. All right, and now we can run this this command like this: npm run composer. And the first thing we are going to do is create a configuration file. To do so, pass an init here. And here we can call it like this. We can skip all of these questions for now. We can add it later when the file is created. Okay. All right. So now that this is created, we have this now the composer file here, and also it creates the vendor. Okay. And it also automatically added the vendor to our git ignore automatically. So this vendor is not going to be included in our Git repository. So that's all good. If we look at the composer, we see that we have namespace defined here. We are going to use this namespace in our files to be able to use a unique names. Okay, so adding namespaces will fix the problem when we have a class. Let's imagine that this class is called like this, list table, and then another plugin is having the same class with the same name. This is going to be a conflict because names needs to be unique. However, if we use namespaces, we can use whatever name we want because it's going to be unique for our namespace, and it's not going to have conflicts anymore. Okay. All right. So let's add the namespace, and this is the entry point. Let's add the namespace here. Namespace. We can take the value from here, and we are going to add it here. Okay. So now we defined the namespace. The next thing we have to do is add a namespace to this function, to the init. So we can use a namespace constant from PHP to add a namespace to this init function. Okay, so now this init is under our namespace, and if we execute the code, and let's see what happened, we see that it's saying that okay, this subscriber is not found. Okay, and the reason is because if we look at this subscriber from here, this is this class here, it doesn't have yet the namespace. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is add the namespace to all our classes. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so now if we reload the page, we see that we still this WP widget is not found, and the reason is because PSR4, this is the standard that we are using here for the autoload. It says that the classes, the name of the class and the name of the file, it has to be the same. Okay, that's because let's say that this widget is not found because the class name is this, but then the file name is that, right? So the first thing we can do is get rid of the prefix. We don't need it anymore, and now we can call it this class widget. So let's use this same name for the class, and let's see if it is found now. Okay, let's see. And now is another error. But this is something we can do for all the classes. Okay, so let's take the name of the class and add it as a same for this. We can get rid of the prefix and use. We can use like this. So camel case without underscores. This table. table. Sorry, this is only table here. And I think I did a mistake. I think in these settings we can just get rid of this. So let's see if the refactor is working. So let's see. Okay, so I'm using the IDE for the refactor, and the IDE is detecting that I'm changing the name here of the file, but it's detecting the class, and I'm saying okay, and it will do it automatically, changing the value here. We did also change the value for the class. All right, if we look at the code, we see that this doesn't work because if we remember, we have this Composer JSON that is defining the src folder for our namespace. So the next thing we have to do is move all of these classes to the src folder, okay? Right, so now we have all the classes here. This is what is expected for this configuration to be in the src folder. And now let's see, it still doesn't work. All right, so now that we have the Composer autoload, we can get rid of these manual requires, but we can use we can include our autoload here. Okay, so we can include our from this directory, so like this. So we can instead of manually requiring every single class or file, we can use the autoload now because it includes all we need. And what we can do here is put a conditional to be sure that this file exists. So we can put it here, and we can say it's readable. The same thing. No? I mean this dir and the vendor here. Okay. So now it will load this autoload if it exists, and classes would be automatically loaded for us. Okay. So let's give it a try. All right, we see that we still have issues here, but let's see what the issues is about. So it's saying that the subscribers 26, this is entry point 26, this does not exist. And the reason is because if you remember, we removed those underscores. So now we need to be sure that we are using the same names here, right? So that's our final class names, so we can use those names here. What else? And then we have this subscriber and the subscribers PHP 143. Let's see the subscribers class 143. And yeah, as we see here, we are also using a require. So our job is to find all the requires that we have in our code base and remove them. Instead of that, we can just use, well, for example, in this case, a widget, because now we have a class that returns. So we can create a new instance of the widget, of our widget class, and then we can just inject it here. Okay? Inject it in this WordPress register widget. We can just pass the instance of our class here. Okay, so all right, not found widget in our widget in like this widget. So now we have to import these classes because those classes are not under our namespace. So, all right, let's put. All right. So to fix that is because if we don't add it, this slash here, it is thinking that this WP widget is under our namespace, but we don't have this. This comes from WordPress. So a way to fix that is just putting this slash here. So that way, it's not going to cause an error because they're saying, okay, this is the This is not our namespace, okay? So this is coming from WordPress. All right,